He comes to Bett and feeds the kids sweets. Right. Okay, so that is some popping candy. So you can eat as much of that as you like. So what's your name first of all? Let's do it properly. This is Felicity. Felicity is going to eat some popping candy. Okay, you go ahead and I'll tell everyone what's inside it. You can just tip the whole lot in if you like. It's completely up to you. Now, the little explosions that happen in your mouth are because there's that your teacher there? She's doing good. Are because there is carbon dioxide trapped inside the popping candy under pressure. So the way they cook it is they have this thing called a pressure oven. You're right, it's gone nuts! They have a pressure oven, and you make candy. You mix in carbon dioxide, which you can do because it's under pressure, and you cook it and let it solidify. Whilst that was a big crack there. What was that? She's gonna blow. And so it solidifies under pressure. Now, when you put it in your mouth, all that you're doing is you're letting those little pockets of carbon dioxide gas that are under pressure. You're breaking down the bubbles that they've created inside there. And when you break down the wall of each bubble, it cracks as the bubble comes out. You enjoying that? This is pretty good, isn't it? What's absolutely amazing about this is how much money you can make from popping candy. It's a tiny amount of stuff there that costs 75p. And that's what the food industry does. It tries to make more money from cheap products. Okay, you can take that back. You've been absolutely brilliant. Get out of here. All right, so she's popping away there. Let's give her a big round of applause. Carbon dioxide is really, really interesting. And gases in our foods are quite fascinating for me, partly because gas and the creation of gas, including CO2, is a big problem for the world. Now what I've got here, and if any of you are coming back tomorrow, I'm doing a totally different show, and there'll be lots of these little fellas there. If you can see those are locusts. We're going to be playing with these, we're going to be eating lots of locusts and mealworms and crickets and lots of things like that. One of the reasons why you would eat these sort of alternative proteins is because they create very few greenhouse gases when they're created. Now, a cow produces this much gas. Louis, I'm going to need you for this, my love. A cow produces this much gas. Oh, I need a pair of scissors. Oh, do you know what? Life would be so much easier if I just turned up with a PowerPoint presentation. It really would. Right. So, this is how much gas a cow creates in one single day. Actually, first of all, I'll tell you what, I'll show you. You hold on to that. This is how much gas you guys create in a single day. About 1 litre of gas. Okay? And this is burps as well as farts. And where's your teacher here? Who's your teacher? These guys over here. This is how much they create in a single day. About 2 litres of gas in a day. Now, it doesn't all happen in the classroom, obviously, and I'm not advocating farting in the classroom, it's very disruptive. But when you go to the loo, apparently in my sleep the other day, my wife told me, I farted quite a lot. So it all happens, but this is how much a cow creates. Okay, you leave that there, Louis, and just go down the other end. This is how much a cow creates in every single day. Okay, that will slowly sublimate. Now, sublimation is really interesting. We haven't really got time to talk about it, but sublimation is when there's a sort of a jump in phase changes. So the CO2 in here goes straight from being a solid to a gas without a liquid phase in the middle. So it's sublimating as we speak. So this is slightly, it's just beginning to expand. There we go. So a cow, every single day, creates 600 litres of gas. Now, it's not all farting. I mean, there's a fair amount of farting, but they're ruminants. They have a rumen which brews food, and that fermentation process creates a huge amount of gas as well. So this is every single day. Now, it's not all bad, and you know, beef is a great thing, but about half of this, up to there maybe, is nitrogen. Everyone take a deep breath. Okay, half of what you just breathe in is probably nitrogen. It's all around. So I know it sounds scary, but it really isn't. You've also got some hydrogen in there. You've got some oxygen. You've got CO2, and you've got a little bit of methane. About 5% of that is methane, and that's the really damaging greenhouse gas. Which is why maybe eating insects, which produce tiny amounts of gas compared to the amount of protein they produce, is a good idea. Now, so this last thing I'm going to show you, because we have actually completely run out of time, is another acid-base reaction. But I just love the way that you can connect all these things together really beautifully. So this is very much about carbon dioxide. which crops up in our food. I mean, it's in so many of our different foods, and it's used as part of the processing of everything from mayonnaise to drinks. And every time you bake a cake, you are creating carbon dioxide. So there's little bubbles that make your cake or your bread nice and fluffy. That's not air, that's carbon dioxide. It either comes from the yeast, which is fed on the carbohydrates in the flour, or in a cake, it's often because you've put some baking soda in, and there's a reaction. It's either degraded by heat or by an acid-base reaction. So, in each of these are funny little things, because I don't think the kids here will really know what these are. These are little film canisters. They're not really required in the modern world. These are film canisters, and if you've ever done a bit of chemistry in the classroom, you've probably seen these done before. And what we've got is a little bit of lemon juice at the bottom, and then a bit of bog roll over the top of it there, and then half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Again, bicarbonate of soda does crop up a lot in the things that I like doing. So they're separated. You've got the acid at the bottom, you've got the base at the top, and they're separated to keep them nicely apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix them. Something popped back then. Did you hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing I'm going to do because I'm running out of time. I did have loads of other things, but I've run out of time. If you're around tomorrow, please come and see me. I think I'm on slightly later tomorrow. I think it might be 12 o'clock or 12:30. Completely different set of things, which are all hopefully a nice inspiration for things that you can do in the classroom and things that you can muck about with. I mean, I do a lot of these things at home with my kids as well. There's also a YouTube channel, the Gastro TV YouTube channel. Loads and loads of ideas for things that you can do in the classroom, including how to make plasma in a microwave. Constantly exploding ball of plasma, I think you might like that. And lots of kind of quite bonkers things. Louis crops up in a few of them as well, I think. So have a brilliant, brilliant day here at Bett. Thank you very much to the production team for helping me out today, and to Bett for letting me come and play. This is what happens, hold that thought. This is what happens when you do more than one acid-base reaction in a film canister. And what happens inside each one of these, they're reacting and releasing quite a lot of bicarbonate, not bicarbonate, carbon dioxide, that's the one. Did you get one on the face? Right, well, they can never go back to a lit firework. Done.